Hey, have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there? Besides the stars. Well, today, we're going to go on a little adventure to discover the thousands of secret helpers that are zipping around our planet right now. So, let's blast off.
Seriously, think about it for a sec. When you're using a map on your phone, how does that little blue dot know exactly where you are? It's not magic. Nope, it's something way, way cooler. And it's all happening hundreds of miles above your head.
So, the answer is satellites. Right now, there are almost 9,000 of them orbiting our planet. That is a huge number of machines flying around up there. And these amazing gadgets are the secret behind that little blue dot. But oh, they do so much more.
Okay, so these thousands of satellites, they're like our guides, our helpers, and our eyes in the sky. But what exactly is a satellite?
It's actually a pretty simple idea when you break it down. A satellite is just anything that orbits or travels around something that's bigger than it is. And it turns out there are two main kinds.
Right, so you've got natural satellites, like our moon. It's been orbiting the Earth forever, right? But then you have artificial satellites. Those are the ones that we humans built and sent into space. And those are the ones we're going to talk about because, wow, they have some really amazing jobs.
And I mean, they are busy. These satellites are working all the time, 24/7, making our modern lives possible in ways you probably don't even realize.
So first up is GPS, which stands for Global Positioning System. This is how your phone knows where you are. Basically, your phone sends out a little hello signal, and at least 4 satellites answer back. By timing how long those answers take to get back, your phone can figure out your exact spot on the map. It's kind of like a super fast, high-tech game of catch.
You know when you see those swirling cloud pictures on the weather report? Where do you think those come from? Yep, weather satellites. They are constantly taking pictures of Earth, tracking storms and clouds. This is how we can get warnings about big hurricanes days before they arrive, which is so important and saves a lot of lives.
Think about this. How do you get internet on a ship in the middle of the ocean or TV in a tiny village way up in the mountains? It's all because of communication satellites. They act like giant mirrors in the sky, bouncing signals all over the world. Companies like SpaceX are even launching thousands of little Starlink satellites to bring internet to pretty much everyone.
Some satellites are like Earth's guardians. All they do is take pictures of our planet every single day. Scientists use these pictures to watch glaciers melt, to see where forests are being cut down, and they can even spot wildfires before anyone on the ground even sees the smoke.
And hey, not all satellites look down at Earth. Some of the most famous ones, like the Hubble and the James Webb Space Telescopes, they look outwards. They are our eyes into the deepest, darkest parts of the universe, and they take these absolutely breathtaking pictures of galaxies that are billions of light years away.
So this brings up a really big question. With thousands of these things flying around, how do they all stay up there? I mean, why don't they just fall back down to Earth? Well, the answer is one of the coolest ideas in all of science.
It's all about being in an orbit, and an orbit is this perfect, delicate dance between two really powerful forces, speed and gravity.
Imagine you're spinning a ball on a string, right? The string is pulling the ball toward your hand. That's just like Earth's gravity pulling on the satellite. But the ball is moving so fast that it wants to fly away. When those two forces are perfectly balanced, the ball just keeps spinning and spinning. That is exactly what an orbit is.
Okay, here's a secret that sounds totally crazy, but it is 100% true. A satellite is actually always falling, but it's moving so fast sideways that it keeps missing the Earth. So it just falls and misses, forever. It's literally falling around the planet. How cool is that?
Now, not all satellites fly at the same height. Some fly really close to Earth, in a busy area called low Earth orbit, or LEO. That's where you'll find the International Space Station. Others are a bit further out in MEO, like the GPS satellites, and some are way up high in GEO, where they move at the exact same speed the Earth turns. That makes them look like they're staying still in the sky, which is perfect for beaming TV shows down to us.
And just to give you an idea of how fast things in low Earth orbit are moving, get this. The astronauts on the International Space Station circle the entire Earth every 90 minutes. That means they get to see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every single day.
Okay, so we know what they do and we know how they stay up there. But how do they even get into space in the first place? Well, for that, you need something with a lot of power. You need a rocket.
It's like a 4-step journey. First, you get the thunderous blast-off. A powerful rocket carries the satellite, packed safely inside its nose. Second, it just punches straight up through the atmosphere. Third, once it gets into space, the rocket's nose cone opens up and gives the satellite a little gentle push. And finally, number 4, the satellite unfolds its solar panels and begins its new life, just floating into its perfect orbit.
And this is where things start to sound like science fiction. In the past, rockets were just thrown away after one use. But now, companies like SpaceX have built rockets that can fly back to Earth and land themselves, standing perfectly upright, all ready to be used again. It's one of the most incredible things to watch.
So, the world of satellites is growing faster than ever before. But as we look to the future, there are some pretty big challenges we're going to have to solve.
Yeah, the biggest problem is something called space junk. See, every old satellite and broken piece of a rocket just stays up there, zipping around at 17,500 miles an hour. And that is so fast that even a tiny little fleck of paint can smash into a working satellite like a bullet. So yeah, it's a big mess up there that scientists are working really hard to figure out how to clean up. But the future is also so exciting. Scientists are designing things like giant nets and robotic arms to act as space garbage trucks. There are plans to bring fast internet to every single person on Earth. And as we plan to go back to the moon and even to Mars, we're going to need networks of satellites there too, creating a kind of interplanetary internet.
So, the next time you look up at the sky, just remember it's filled with thousands of our little robot helpers, all working to make our world better. And now, it's your turn to think. If you could build a satellite to do anything at all, what amazing job would you give it? What new mysteries would you want to discover? The future of space is up there, and who knows, it might just be waiting for you.